So you're probably thinking right now, well, what is conservation? What is reducing? Or what can I do to conserve? In the picture you see a light switch that's turned on, an electrical outlet with 2 cords plugged into it. Ways that you can conserve at home and at school is to make sure that lights are turned off when you leave the room, and anything that you've left running, like a TV, radio, computer, game system, that you turn it off when you leave. And if possible, if you're not going to be using it for a while, just unplug it, because a lot of these electrical components will take electricity even if they're just plugged in and not turned on. So it's important to think of every way that you can to save energy or to conserve energy. Some other ways to conserve energy are to use the light from windows during the daytime. Instead of turning light switches on, just use the light that's coming in. Our school has skylights in the hallways. You'll notice these skylights help us to not have as many lights in our hallways. And there are often times that we have enough light coming in from both sources that we really don't need to turn the lights on. There are even more ways that we can conserve our energy. When we're finished with the computers at the end of the day or at the end of an extended period of time, we can log them off and turn them off. Keep the house sealed up when necessary, or the school. Keep the doors closed when you're trying to cool the inside, or keep the doors closed when you're trying to warm the inside. Opening windows when it's a nice day outside and you really don't need that air conditioning. And setting thermostats higher in the summertime to cut down on the amount of time the air conditioning runs, or cooler in the wintertime to save the amount of time that the heat runs. This will help save our energy and our natural resources. Conserving or reducing, in most cases, isn't really going to cost us any extra money to do it. It's just something that we need to think about before we start doing things. Think about before you leave a room to turn the lights off. Think about before you leave for the day and make sure that the computers are logged off and shut down. And all those types of things. Reducing. Here are some very simple ways that you can help reduce the amount of trash that we have or the amount of our resources that we're using. Using cloth bags versus plastic bags. You've probably all seen those when you've gone to the grocery store or department stores where they sell those cloth bags for $1 or $2 at the register area so that you can bring them back and forth each time versus having all those plastic bags that you take home, throw away, and they end up in our landfills. Some of them end up in our oceans and waterways and hurt animals. Or some people choose to take those plastic bags back and forth to the store versus throwing them away. Either way is going to reduce the amount of waste that we have. Using both sides of the paper. Maybe originally when you print it, you use both sides, or maybe use the other side as scratch paper or to make an art project or something like that. Cloth napkins versus paper napkins. Cloth napkins can be used again and again. They can be washed instead of the paper napkins that will get thrown in the garbage and creating more waste. Paper versus real plates and cups. Many of us use paper plates, paper cups for convenience, but in turn, it's causing us to have more trash, which requires more landfills and things like that. So if we would use the things that we could wash up, that would reduce the amount of waste that we have. Natural resources. So what are our natural resources? The air that we breathe, the water that's on our earth, the trees, the coal, the minerals, the gases and oils that we have. All of those are natural resources that we're constantly using up by not conserving and not reducing. So what can you do to conserve our natural resources? By recycling, by reusing, by reducing the amount that you're using. You'll see the picture of the 2 light bulbs here. Those are energy efficient light bulbs that they've asked us to switch to instead of the regular type of light bulbs. They use less energy, less electricity. In turn, will cost us less on our electric bills. Conservation is saving our natural resources, saving the water, saving the trees, saving the air, saving our coal, and all of our other natural resources. A way in turn for us to save money as consumers by turning off the electrical appliances, by turning off the lights, we're going to save money. It's good for our overall environment, which is going to help us in the long run. Reducing what we throw away and the amount of energy that we use. By reducing the amount that we throw away, we reduce the number of landfills that are needed for our garbage. And it also helps to eliminate some extra expenses for us. And it's something that everyone can do with just a little bit of effort. We might not be able to do everything. Maybe buying those bags to get our groceries at the grocery store would be a little too much for our family right now. That's fine, but we can turn off our lights, we can unplug things when we're not using them, and we can use the second side of the sheet of paper so that we're saving the amount of paper that we're using.